Have you ever tried to hold back, to squeeze and clench, thinking it would help you last longer, only to feel more tense, more frustrated, and finish even sooner? The truth is, it's not your fault. What most men are told to do is actually making things worse. But there's a simple, natural way to relax your body and restore healthy blood flow, giving you more control without the struggle. I'm Dr. Evelyn Hart, a urologist with over 25 years of experience helping men over 60 reclaim their confidence. And here's what most men don't realize. That common last longer trick, the one you've probably tried, isn't helping. In fact, it's silently damaging your circulation. When you squeeze too hard, your pelvic floor muscles lock up like a clenched fist instead of keeping you in control. This creates intense pressure on the nerves and actually squeezes the very blood vessels that need to stay open. Imagine bending a garden hose while the water is running. The flow doesn't improve, it chokes off, and the pressure builds in all the wrong places. That's exactly what's happening in your pelvic region. But here's the surprising part. The solution isn't about clenching tighter. It's about learning how to let go. By combining a specific breathing rhythm with pelvic floor relaxation, you can reduce tension, improve circulation, and naturally last longer. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to do this, step by step, so you can finally take back control without harming your body. Let's break down this mistake clearly, because once you understand what's happening inside your body, you'll see why so many men struggle. The advice many men follow, tightening, clenching, squeezing, is supposed to help you control yourself. But physiologically, it does the exact opposite. When you clench your pelvic floor muscles, you're sending your nervous system a message of stress and danger. This triggers your sympathetic nervous system, what we call the fight or flight mode. Instead of calming your body, it ramps everything up. Heart rate increases, cortisol rises, and your body starts racing toward release even faster. On top of that, this clenching creates a circulatory blockade. Your pelvic floor muscles sit like a hammock beneath your pelvis. When they tighten excessively, they compress the small arteries and veins that carry blood to and from your pelvic organs. It's like stepping on a garden hose. At first you think you're controlling the flow, but in reality, you're cutting it off. The result? Less fresh blood reaches the tissues, oxygen delivery drops, and sensitivity builds in all the wrong ways. Here's another way to picture it. Imagine you're driving a car downhill and you slam the brakes as hard as you can. For a moment, the car slows, but the brakes overheat. The tires skid, and soon you've lost control completely. That's what happens when you try to brake your body by squeezing too hard. You're not building control, you're burning it out. This constant strain also creates long-term problems. Over time, chronic pelvic tension leads to poor circulation, nerve compression, and even increased risk of erectile dysfunction. Many men think they're practicing discipline, but what they're really practicing is tension, a cycle that makes their situation worse month after month. And here's the irony. What you're trying to prevent by clenching, losing control too quickly, becomes more likely the harder you squeeze. It's the ultimate trap. The more effort you put in, the more you push your body toward the very outcome you fear. The good news is, once you see the science. You can flip the approach entirely. Instead of clenching and choking blood flow, you can learn how to breathe and relax, opening circulation, calming your nerves, and regaining control naturally. That's what I'll show you in the next section. So if clenching is the problem, what's the solution? The answer might surprise you. It's not about more effort. It's about learning how to let go. I call this the Hart Solution. It's a simple practice that combines breathing with pelvic floor relaxation. And I want you to think of it not as a meditation or stress trick, but as a direct exercise for your circulatory system. Here's why. When you inhale deeply and slowly, your diaphragm moves downward. This gentle movement automatically relaxes the pelvic floor, the hammock of muscles at the base of your pelvis. When those muscles release, they stop strangling your blood vessels. Blood can flow freely again. Oxygen returns to the tissues, and the nerves calm down. Instead of a clenched fist, your pelvic region becomes an open hand, ready, relaxed, and responsive. Now pair this with controlled breathing. One of the simplest rhythms is called box breathing. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale slowly for 4. Then pause for 4. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and restore mode. Stress hormones drop, circulation improves, and your body begins to work with you instead of against you. During the exhale, focus on consciously releasing tension in the pelvic floor. Imagine the muscles softening, the way a tight rope loosens when you let go of both ends. Many of my patients are amazed the first time they feel the warmth return to their pelvic region simply by breathing this way. That warmth is blood flow returning. I had one patient in his late 60s who practiced this for just a minute before bedtime each night. Within 2 weeks, he noticed less neck tension, more control, and a dramatic improvement in his morning vitality. He told me, "Doctor, I didn't realize holding less could give me more." This is the paradox most men never learn. Control doesn't come from squeezing harder. It comes from opening circulation and calming the nervous system. And the Hart Solution is the fastest way to begin. But to make this truly effective, you need to combine it with a daily routine that keeps the pelvic floor healthy, flexible, and strong without tension. That's exactly what we'll cover next. Now let's turn the Hart Solution into something you can practice daily, a routine that supports your circulation, lowers pelvic tension, and restores natural control. First, start with morning breathing. Before you even get out of bed, place one hand on your belly and the other just above your pelvis. Take 5 slow, deep breaths using the box rhythm. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, pause 4. As you exhale, picture the pelvic floor muscles melting downward. Like snow softening under the sun, this only takes 1 minute but sets the tone for relaxed circulation all day. Second, add pelvic release breaks. Many men spend hours sitting, which compresses the pelvic region and stiffens circulation. Every hour, stand up and do a gentle hip stretch. Place your hands on a counter, step 1 foot back and lean slightly forward. Breathe deeply, letting your pelvis release. 30 seconds here is enough to reverse hours of sitting pressure. Third, walk after meals. I can't emphasize this enough. A simple 10-minute walk after lunch or dinner improves blood sugar control, reduces belly pressure on your pelvic vessels, and enhances blood flow. Think of it as flushing fresh circulation through your system. Finally, include light strength work twice a week, wall push-ups, body weight squats, or resistance band rows all strengthen the core and pelvic support muscles. The key is gentle strength without excessive clenching. You want stability, not tension. One of my patients combined these 4 habits: morning breathing, pelvic release breaks, short walks after meals, and twice weekly wall push-ups. Within a month, he told me, "Doctor, I feel looser, lighter, and more in control than I have in years." And that's exactly the point. Circulation doesn't improve with force. It improves with consistency. So here's your challenge. Commit to this simple daily routine for 30 days. It won't just change how you perform, it will change how your body feels, functions, and flows. And in the next section, I'll show you how to measure your progress and know when your circulation is truly improving. So how do you know if these changes are really working? The key is to look for the subtle signals your body gives you as circulation improves. The first sign is warmth. After practicing the Hart Solution and pelvic release breathing, many men report feeling a gentle warmth or light tingling in the pelvic region. That isn't your imagination, it's blood flow returning. Warmer tissues mean better circulation, and better circulation means more control. The second sign is reduced tension. Pay attention during the day. Do you still catch yourself clenching without realizing it? Many men live with a constant background of pelvic tightness. As you practice, you'll notice that tension melting away. You'll feel more relaxed when sitting, standing, even walking. That's a clear marker your nervous system is shifting from fight or flight into rest and restore. The third sign is energy in the morning. One of the strongest indicators of healthy circulation is whether you wake up with natural signals of vitality. If you begin noticing stronger, more consistent morning energy, it's not a coincidence. It's your body telling you the system is working again. The fourth sign is control during intimacy. Instead of rushing or feeling on edge, you'll feel more grounded, more steady. That doesn't happen overnight. But after 2 to 4 weeks of practice, many men report a dramatic difference. And finally, the long-term sign is endurance in daily life. Carrying groceries feels easier. Stairs don't leave you winded. Even mental focus improves. Why? Because improving circulation in one system, your pelvic vessels, supports the health of your entire vascular network. One of my patients described it perfectly. He said, "Doctor, I realized I wasn't just lasting longer, I was living stronger." That's when I knew he truly understood the deeper value of this practice. So here's the bottom line. Track these signals: warmth, relaxation, morning energy, control, endurance. If you notice them improving week by week, you'll know your circulation is recovering and your vitality is returning. And in our final section, I'll share the lesson I want every man over 60 to remember and the simple call to action to start today. So here's the lesson I want you to remember. Many men over 60 are told that lasting longer is about clenching tighter, holding everything in, and fighting against their body. But the truth is, that so-called technique is not control, it's tension. And tension damages your circulation, your nerves, and ultimately, your confidence. Real control comes from the opposite, learning how to release. When you breathe deeply, relax the pelvic floor and give your blood vessels space to flow. You're not only calming your nervous system, you're unlocking the natural pathways that restore strength, endurance, and vitality. So think of it like this. You wouldn't try to drive your car with the brakes slammed down. Why treat your body the same way? By practicing the Hart Solution, supporting it with daily habits like walking after meals and gentle strength work, and tracking the signs of improvement. You're building control from the inside out. Here's my challenge to you. Commit to this practice for the next 30 days. Just 1 or 2 minutes of breathing and pelvic release each day, paired with small lifestyle changes. Notice the warmth, the relaxation, the return of your morning energy. Write it down. Watch the signals add up. And then share your story. Leave a comment below, not just for me, but for the men who silently struggle with the same problem. You might be the voice that gives them hope. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical, science-based advice designed specifically for men over 60. Your best years aren't behind you. They start the moment you decide to take back your circulation and your confidence. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before starting any new breathing practice, exercise, or lifestyle change, especially if you have pre-existing health conditions or concerns about circulation.